Hi, I'm Gabe Johansen with Live Nutritious Fitness. Today I'm here with research analyst Nate Darnell of Diabetes Support Services. Nate, tell me about foodborne illness. I hear there's a big problem that we have in our country today with foodborne illness.
Definitely. I mean, you'd think that with all the advancements in technology, we wouldn't have this problem. But the reality is that about 48 million people every single year suffer from some type of foodborne illness in the United States. Roughly translated, that's 1 out of every 6 of us. Of those, 128,000 end up being hospitalized and 3,000 even die. So it's something that we really have to pay attention to even in our own kitchens.
Wow. And Nate, I've heard that electrolyzed water can actually be used to clean fruits and vegetables to help eliminate that foodborne illness. Tell us what you kind of have set up here today to show us how to do that.
Sure. Well, what I have in this bowl is actually electrolyzed cleaning water. Okay. Here is electrolyzed disinfecting water, and here is basic rinsing water. This is essentially the same 3-sink process that every restaurant in America has to follow. Okay. You clean the fruits and vegetables, you disinfect the fruits and vegetables, and you rinse them off. Okay.
So in this process, if it's electrolyzed water, so tell me, oxygen rich, hydrogen rich, you have to have the machinery, obviously, to create this
That's
water.
Right. That's right. Now, one of the benefits, though, is that once you've acquired the machinery, you can make these solutions for pennies on the dollar. They're all 100% biodegradable. You simply make them with basically salt water and electricity, and an electrolytic water generator. Okay. So this right here is, technically it's called dilute electrolytic sodium hydroxide. Okay. It's a degreasing agent, but it's actually considered by the USDA to be a food additive. So it kind of can do 2 things. We can actually use this in a salad dressing if we wanted to, because it emulsifies the oil, and that way everything stays mixed up.
That's the one I clean my motorcycle with.
That you can clean your motorcycle with if you want to. And some people do. I mean, we have cleaning companies that actually use this because it's 100% environmentally friendly. Okay. And it's just amazing that we can also use it in the kitchen as well.
Okay, so that degreases. The next step then, this would be the oxygen-rich water. This is what's going to disinfect.
Yeah, and this has a little bit of chlorine in it as well. It's called electrolytic sodium hypochlorite, otherwise known as hypochlorous acid. This is the same exact germicide that our own white blood cells produce, our neutrophils. Okay. And it's 100% biodegradable. It doesn't have a very long shelf life, so it's only good for a couple of weeks. Okay. If it's refrigerated in an open air environment like this, you'd want to regenerate it every single day. Okay. Okay, but basically what we're going to do is a basic 3-sink process. So we're going to take fruits and vegetables, or actually our vegetables today, cucumbers, some vine-ripe tomatoes. We're going to let these, for the sake of this video, we're going to kind of do a little time lapse, and this is going to be, I would ordinarily let these soak for about 15 minutes.
So now, Nate, tell me, organic, non-organic, what we're trying to get off of here, we want to wash both?
Yeah, so, in today's, if you've watched the news today, I mean, there's this great debate over whether or not, we should eat organic or standard produce is fine. I prefer organic. At the same time, not everyone can afford organic. But what's important to note is that most pesticides today are oil-based, and that's to prevent them from washing off when it rains. Oh. So if we just wash the fruits and vegetables underneath our regular sink water, the pesticides aren't going to wash off either. So we need something like a degreasing agent that can actually break up those oils and get that to flow to the top. Okay. Okay, but that doesn't kill viruses, bacteria, or other types of pathogens or fungi. So this is why restaurants do it this way. You basically clean all the dirt and everything off the vegetables here. Okay, and you might want to agitate that a little bit. I ordinarily, again, let that sit for about 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, then I'm going to take the vegetables, drop them over here. This is the disinfecting water. Again, let them sit. In the disinfecting water, I only let them sit for about 5 minutes. Okay. Okay.
It's about a 20-minute total.
Yeah,
process.
It's about 20 minute total. So while these are over here, you could be doing other kitchen prep work.
Now you could do this ahead of time, shove everything in your fridge. It's not something that you do every time you
but one caveat is that this is a very powerful disinfectant. Okay. So it will cause the vegetables and fruits to age prematurely. Okay. So if you're going to store them in the refrigerator, degrease and clean them first. Okay. And then only disinfect them, right before you get ready to eat them. Okay. Okay.
Good advice.
So it's possible to do it that way, just in that procedure.
So you've taken all of the pesticides or anything that might be on them, and now you're putting them in here to disinfect. That's killing?
That's killing fungi, bacteria, viruses, salmonella, E. coli, staphylococcus, 40 other, listeria. I mean, this solution right here is powerful enough to disinfect against MRSA within less than 30 seconds. MRSA is a very powerful.
So when you talk about foodborne illness, you're really talking about this is the key process, the disinfecting.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. So,
so organic, could we skip the degreaser and go straight to disinfect?
You know, you could, but organic still has dirt on it.
Okay.
You know, and frankly, the disinfectant, if you have dirt that's covering up maybe a little, you know, area of the fruit or vegetable that this liquid can't access, you know, you really want to open up the top skin of the vegetable in order for the disinfecting water to really work.
Okay.
So I still always adhere, regardless of whether or not it's standard produce or organic produce, I adhere to the 3-sink process.
Okay.
Okay, and perhaps that's why restaurants do it that way anyway, where they're mandated to.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
So the other thing that's important to note is that, you know, pesticides, there's a really strong scientific correlation now between increased risk of cancer and pesticides. You know, and it's anticipated that by the time during our generation, 1 in 2 of us will develop cancer, at least as far as males, and 1 in 3 women will develop cancer. So I'm always very keen to reduce my risks as much as possible, and that's why I really adhere to using electrolyzed water.
Okay.
Okay. So once it's disinfected here, then we just put them over here in the rinsing bowl, and all this does is basically just rinse everything off, and then you can move that around.
And this is just, which water would
Just
this
clean
be?
water.
The clean
It's
water.
just clean, pH neutral water.
Okay.
You know, it's been filtered, but you know, it's had the chlorine removed and it's had the fluoride removed.
Sure.
And
Same thing you were going to wash your hands with would be clean water, or do you wash your hands with the?
I actually, when I'm working in the kitchen, I'll use and this is actually disinfecting water in here as well.
Okay.
And so I'll just dip my hands in here.
Okay.
And that just periodically, when I'm working with stuff, especially if you're working with things like eggs,
Yeah.
you know, you really want to make sure you're doing this on a regular basis.
Okay.
Okay. And we can demonstrate eggs at another time and have disinfect those as well, because even organic eggs are prone to salmonella.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
So,
Well, was there anything else that we should know
Yeah,
on
so
cleaning fruits and vegetables? or-
once you get done rinsing them, then you just put them on the side to dry, and that's how it looks.
All right. Well, guys, this is Gabe and Nate. We're here to show you how to clean fruits and vegetables today with electrolyzed water. Thanks for being with us.